Did you really think switching to Unreal Engine will be easy? I did. I spent 5 years working professionally with Unreal Engine as an ArchViz artist, and eventually I figured out how to achieve photoreal results fast. But oh man, it was a grind, and I really wish I had known how to do it smarter. So to help you get to fast realistic results 10 times easier, here are 7 lessons I wish I had known about switching to Unreal Engine that would have saved me a ton of time. To start, I'm gonna tell you a lesson that might be the most controversial, but in my humble opinion, it's the one you need to hear most. For way too long, I wasted time following advice I didn't need. And honestly, it made my scenes look worse. Let me explain. If you had to open a nut, would you use a sledgehammer? Well, to be fair, it would be kind of fun, but a nutcracker would do the same job faster, cheaper, and without turning everything into a mess. And that's exactly what happens when ArchViz artists or filmmakers blindly follow game dev tips. Because look, as someone going for realism, we are not trying to squeeze 120 frames per second out of a massive open world and try to make it run on your grandmother's potato, are we? So no, you don't need to black out your entire level. You don't need to aggressively optimize everything. And you definitely don't need to sacrifice lighting, materials, or detail just to follow rules that were made for a totally different goal. So yeah, go ahead and cancel me in the comments if that's your thing, but I'll stand by this. Listen to game dev advice with a grain of salt, because realism in Unreal has different priorities. Which brings us to the next big problem. Unreal Engine is huge and it's super easy to get overwhelmed. When I first started, I thought, it's another 3D software, I already know 3ds Max, how hard can it be? So I did what a lot of people do. I jumped straight into my next real project and told myself I would learn as I go. Big mistake. Every basic step felt like a massive headache. What's an outliner? Where do I create materials? What is a parameter? I pushed through and finished the project, but it was so painful that afterwards I didn't look at Unreal for a long time. Then a few weeks later, I saw an ad for a beginner course, and I thought, this one seems fun, let's do it. And honestly, I found so many shortcuts and moments which would have saved me weeks. So before you jump into Unreal expecting to nail it on the first try, do a proper beginner course first. Not a tutorial, a course. Just pick one that looks fun and finish it. You will thank me later. Now I'm gonna show you the most common mistake I see artists make in Unreal. If you avoid learning stuff that actually matters, you end up not using Unreal's real strengths. And then you wonder why you can't compete with other software. This point was cemented in my mind when I did animation course at Brick Academy. TK, art director at Brick Visual and the creator of this masterpiece, is in the middle of presentation. Then suddenly someone interrupts him and asks, "Hey TK, why should we learn this tool if it doesn't even work with Path Tracer?" And you could literally see TK's face tense up for a second. He was annoyed, but he kept it professional. And his point was basically this. We are not using Unreal because Path Tracer is better than V-Ray. We are using Unreal because of its speed and interactivity. So if you rely on Path Tracer for everything, you're basically throwing away the 2 biggest reasons to be in Unreal in the first place. So here's a lesson. Sure, play around with it, it's a nice tool, but don't rely on Path Tracer too much. Use Lumen as your main workflow instead. Now I'm gonna tell you the secret to going from beginner to pro in Unreal. It's not sexy, but it works. Most people fail in Unreal not because they're not talented, they fail because they either burn out and lose interest, or they let the fear of making something not perfect stop them from even trying. Let me ask you this. If you decide to run a marathon for the first time, do you really think you can just put on your shoes and finish it today? If you try, after a while, your whole body starts hurting. A little later, you dread every single step. And if you keep forcing it, something in your body will literally break. It's not that you can't run marathons. You have the potential for it. You just don't start with a marathon. You start with short runs, consistently, week after week, months after months, and eventually you become a marathon runner. With Unreal, it's the same. So for now, avoid your big dream project. Pick something small, finish it, and then make the next project slightly bigger, and so on. That's how you avoid burnout, build momentum, and eventually become pro. Next, I'm gonna show you another mistake that silently slows your progress and how to avoid it. Back in the day, I used to burn out on basically every project, and there was one thing that contributed to it more than anything else. One colleague of mine had the same exact problem. One day, he was sitting next to me, yawning and signing for hours. Eventually we asked, "Dude, what's going on?" And he goes, "Man, this flower is really driving me nuts. I cannot get it right." So we look at his scene to help, and we realize he meant a little decoration flower standing on the dining table somewhere far in the scene. And we were like, "Man, you're spending hours on something that's going to take up less than 4 pixels in the final render. Like, stop it, get some help, it's fine." And honestly, this is even more true in Unreal than in any other software. Don't stress over optimization and micro fixes too early. More often than not, if you just bring it into Unreal first, it will look just fine and you just saved yourself hours. Remember, we are not developing games for this. We have different priorities. Now I'll tell you about one more thing that, if ignored, will not only burn you out, but also make your results look worse. Imagine you get invited to a Lego competition. You're so excited, you didn't even read the details on the letter, and you just start building, because why not? Weeks later, you have built the best spaceship you have ever made, and you're proud of it. Then the day before the deadline, you finally read the invitation letter, and you realize there is a team, and it is football, not space. So you scrap the spaceship and start over in panic. You finish a better version of Messi in crunch time. You're exhausted, you submit it knowing it's nowhere near your best work. You would probably agree it was stupid not to read the letter, but that's exactly what can happen in Unreal too. You can spend the whole day detailing out the backyard of your project to later on realize the client, your boss, or even you don't want to see it at all. So don't start polishing your scene before you choose your angles. Start placing cameras early and pick your best 2 to 5 shots. This will tell you what needs detail, what can stay simple, and what won't be seen at all, like the backyard. Now I'll tell you how to stay ahead of most Unreal Engine artists. Most people fall behind for one of 2 reasons. They either don't learn anything new because Unreal feels overwhelming, or they learn too much, a bunch of tools they don't need, so they waste time and still don't get better. Let me illustrate a simple mindset that will help you avoid both. Imagine you're a chef and you have to cook dinner for a celebrity in a week. So you decide to open every cookbook you own, try a different recipe every single day, swap ingredients constantly, and chase this best dish. And sure, maybe the night before the dinner you accidentally make something that tastes amazing. So you pick that recipe and go to bed, knowing that you're going to nail it next day. But then at the actual dinner, you try to recreate it and something goes wrong. It tastes horrible. What happened? You don't know. Maybe you added a random ingredient you forgot. Maybe the timing was different. Because you were experimenting non-stop, you never built something you can repeat consistently. So what was the point of learning 20 recipes if you can't reliably cook one of them well? What is the point of learning 20 tools if you can't reliably use none of them? So don't try to learn every tool at once. Instead, every next project, choose one new tool to learn and make sure you will actually need it for a better result. That way you can properly integrate it into your workflow. If this was helpful, make sure to subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.